The colony's central plaza had never been so silent. 300 beings from a dozen species stood in rigid formation, their eyes fixed on the execution platform where a small figure trembled in electromagnetic restraints. Rook, barely 3 cycles old by Kravathapi standards, looked impossibly small against the gray metal structure. Dr. Lyra Quill pushed through the crowd, her medical scanner still clutched in one hand, the other pressing against the emergency override beacon clipped to her collar. She had run from the hospital the moment she heard the council's verdict. Her lungs burned. Her uniform was splattered with the blood she'd been washing from young Tommy Chen's wounds just 20 minutes ago, but she didn't care. Stop this. Her voice cut through the silence like a blade. Council Arbiter Dexmore, a towering Zentari whose crystalline exoskeleton refracted the morning light into harsh rainbows, turned his compound eyes toward her. Dr. Quill, you should not be here. The matter is settled. Settled? Lyra's laugh was bitter. She vaulted onto the platform steps, ignoring the shocked gasps from the crowd. You're about to execute a child for being a child. That creature mauled a human juvenile, Dexmore said, his translator rendering the words with mechanical precision. Your own species. 4 lacerations, significant blood loss, potential permanent scarring. By galactic accord, the penalty for assault on a sapient minor is... I know what the penalty is. Lyra reached the top of the platform and positioned herself between the guards and Rook. The young Kravathi's 6 eyes, normally a predatory gold, were dim with terror. His chitinous plates, still soft with youth, rattled against each other. I'm the one who treated Tommy. I'm also the one who saw what actually happened. A murmur rippled through the crowd. Dexmore's mandibles clicked in what might have been frustration. The security footage was clear. The predator attacked. The cub was playing. Lyra's voice dropped to something harder, colder. She activated her scanner and projected the hologram for all to see. Look at the wound patterns. Parallel, shallow, retracted at the last moment. If Rook wanted to hurt Tommy, those claws would have gone to bone. Instead, they barely broke dermis. She zoomed in on one laceration. See this? The claw pulled back mid-strike. Rook realized he was hurting Tommy and tried to stop. He's a juvenile predator who doesn't know his own strength yet. Ignorance is not innocence, Dexmore countered. The child suffered. Tommy is fine. Lyra turned to face the crowd now, her back to the council. It was a calculated insult, and she knew it. He's sedated and comfortable. He'll have scars, yes, but he'll heal. You know what won't heal? The message we sent today. She pointed at Rook, who flinched at the sudden attention. We tell every predator species in the galaxy that their children are disposable. That one mistake, one moment of rough play means death. We tell them that humanity, that the Federation values revenge over justice. It is not revenge, Dexmore said quietly. It is law. Then your law is garbage. Lyra's words landed like hammer blows. Several delegates gasped. Even on human worlds, such direct challenges to authority were rare. Your law treats a 3-cycle-old cub the same as an adult. It doesn't account for intent, for development, for the basic reality that children of any species are still learning. She walked to Rook and placed a hand on his trembling shoulder. The guards tensed, but she ignored them. Do you know what Tommy said when he woke up? He asked if Rook was okay. He said they were playing tag, that Rook got excited and accidentally scratched him. Tommy, at 8 years old, has more wisdom than this entire council. The human child's forgiveness does not negate the crime, Dexmore said, but his voice had lost some of its certainty. No, but it should matter. Lyra pulled up another hologram, this one showing her own arm, covered in faint scars. See these? I got them when I was 12, playing with my best friend's new puppy. Big dog, thought we were wrestling. Scratched me up pretty good. Should we have put that puppy down? She dismissed the image and faced Dexmore directly. Or how about this? I've read your file, Arbiter. You have 3 offspring. Tell me honestly, did any of them ever hurt another child while playing? A shove that went too far? A bite during feeding competition? Anything? Dexmore's plates shifted in a way that suggested discomfort. The silence was answer enough. Every parent here knows what I'm talking about, Lyra continued, addressing the crowd again. We've all seen our children hurt each other accidentally. It's part of growing up, learning boundaries, understanding consequences. The difference is that most of us got second chances. We got to learn from our mistakes. She crouched beside Rook, meeting his frightened gaze. This cub made a mistake. A serious one, yes. But he didn't kill anyone. He didn't even try to... He played too rough, got carried away, and hurt his friend. That's not a capital offense. That's a teaching moment. And what would you teach him? Dexmore asked. That actions have no consequences? No. Lyra stood, keeping her hand on Rook's shoulder. We teach him that mistakes can be corrected. That mercy is not weakness. That the Federation values growth over punishment. She paused. We teach him and every predator species watching this that humans judge individuals, not instincts. The Arbiter was silent for a long moment. Finally, he spoke. You would take responsibility for this creature? Gladly. Lyra didn't hesitate. Rook will work in my hospital. He'll see firsthand what harm looks like, what healing requires. He'll meet Tommy as they both recover. They'll learn together, and if he harms another, then hold me accountable too. Lyra's voice was steady. But he won't, because someone will finally teach him properly instead of just executing him for being born a predator. Dexmore's plates shifted in a pattern Lyra had learned meant deep contemplation. The crowd waited, barely breathing. Even Rook had stopped trembling, his eyes fixed on the towering Arbiter. Very well, Dexmore said finally. By my authority as Arbiter, I commute the sentence. The juvenile Rook is remanded to Dr. Lyra Quill's custody. The execution is cancelled. The crowd erupted, some in approval, others in outrage. Lyra barely heard them. She was too busy deactivating Rook's restraints and catching him as he collapsed into her arms, his whole body shaking with relief. Thank you, he whispered in broken common. Thank you, double quotes. Don't thank me yet, Lyra said softly, helping him to his feet. You've got a lot of learning ahead of you. But you'll get that chance. As they descended from the platform together, a human doctor and a predator cub Lyra caught sight of the broadcast drones hovering overhead. This moment would reach every corner of Federation space. Let them watch, she thought. Let them see that humanity's greatest strength wasn't in weapons or warships. It was in knowing that mercy, given at the right moment, was the most powerful force in the galaxy.